To hang means to bend forward or downward. If the body bends forward or downward, it is in a bow position, and a leash is used to bind. English is a hang leash that makes one bow forward and binds them there. And much of this binding is due to the suit of clothes put on, especially during the holidays. A suit of clothes is another way to say a soul contract. In Webster's dictionary, clothes can refer to a garment for the body, but clothes can also refer to vestments, a right or a title, converting into other species of property or money. And so when you celebrate putting on a suit of clothes, aka a holiday, you root or call in a soul contract that gives someone else the right or title to your property or money.
Breaking the holiday curse.
Can we elaborate just
Seal?
slightly? 13% if we might.
Like I had to explain to my kids, why would I buy you gifts on somebody else's birthday? Ooh, how would you like it if I bought somebody else gifts on your birthday? Why am I running up debt to buy people shit that they're not gonna use and then turn around and have to buy them more shit?
Right.
Hey you guys, or OCO. I am Tanisha Calloway, and today I'm going to talk to you about the word spells that trap your mind and your body if you allow it to. Picture a dog. The more that you use the English language, the way that it has been taught to you, the more someone is walking you and controlling you like a dog. And it's done so like this because the things that you see, hear, think, and speak, they control what you do. The verse is a metrical composition, but we have to remember that the V came later in the language and it is synonymous with the U. So the V and the U were interchangeable at one point in time. So when we look at the word verse, we also have to see it as years, or spelled this way, years, which is a metrical composition. And they set it up this way so that it can be yours. So verse, yours, years, all of those are the same words. And you'll see this within the definitions. There are some other words that are tied in with it, but we'll go into that at another time. Maybe in my next video where I talk about Thanksgiving, I'll actually explain this further. So a metrical composition is the act of inventing or combining ideas, clothing them with words, and arranging them in order.
What's your name?
Django.
And usually this is a general commitment to paper in such a way that it can be measured and transferred in a particular arrangement. That brings us back to the holidays, which have a specific name and carry a particular idea. Now, here's the good thing about this. You can change your life by changing the verse.
This week on Christian World News, rewriting the Bible, the Chinese government's attempt to change God's word.
So it's not particularly that you don't have money or you don't have wealth right now. What's happening is somebody else has the wealth that you're supposed to be receiving and you're giving it away. with the same words that are spoken or different words that are being spoken, but that has the same definition. So what I'm saying, you guys, is I'm going to take a step further and focus primarily on the language. I'm going to tell the story of the language, not just the English language, but I'm going to show you how every language tells the same story. Sometimes it has been misconstrued. Sometimes it has been changed. Like when we heard the story before about the Tower of Babel, the people tried to climb up high. Let me pull that up. Let me pull up the story of Babel. Okay, so here's the story. I just Googled it quickly. It says the Tower of Babel is an origin myth and parable in the book of Genesis, meant to explain the existence of different languages and cultures. The whole point is the tower fell, and when the tower fell, everybody spoke a different language. I believe that's how the story went. But the truth is, everybody's still speaking the same language. It's just different dialects of the same language, or different words that relate to each other. The words that were given today, they don't tell the whole story. A lot of these words describe one particular thing. That's the thing. Describe an event in itself. Think of a word as something that tells a story, and we're only getting like one image in the story, or one item which is in the picture or the view of the story. And so it's being related to that. But the word itself is surrounded with so many other details and so much more information. I mean, this is what was known to American Indians. When our ancestors spoke, they told stories. They didn't just point to one thing and say, okay, that's that. There was a story that went along with it. And if you research the past and you research history, you will see many instances when this type of thing occurred. And you guys will begin to see that more and more, because I'm going to show how these words are relative to each other. So let's go back to the word for this video, which is generational wealth. Yeah. In my mind, when I think about generational wealth, I think of the wealth that is passed on through many generations. The whole idea of generational wealth is who will get your money or who will control your energy, because we are taught to think about generation as a word for the past or passing. We don't see this word as what it really is. And it is really a word for the present, because a generator is something that someone can use when their power goes out. And that generator works regardless if the power goes out or not, because it is in constant motion. It is a circuit or a race. And if you really think about it correctly, if I just told you that a generation deals with a race, then you should know that saying generational wealth is the same thing as saying the wealth of a particular race. Now, these people who don't have access to their own energy or just choose not to use it, they need for you to volunteer yourselves and your children for their business to continue to run. The large corporations, many of their owners are extremely old. They can't go out and sell a product or manufacture a good. They need you to do it. And so this is why I was talking a lot about the junior, okay, within the Memorial Day video, the Juneteenth video. And you guys would be surprised to find out that the junior contract is within Thanksgiving as well. I'm going to point that out. That's going to be the next video. I'm going to be talking about Thanksgiving, okay, and the Thanksgiving meal as we know it. But I'm going to be breaking it down for what it really is. And that is all for today, you guys. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if I told you something that you didn't know, or you just liked the video, and share with somebody that you think this information may help. Until next time.